This is Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with Betfred here. Backstage, Maxi, Oscar sort of summed it up quite perfectly. A little bit of a sort of bittersweet night for yourself, really. Obviously, you were meant to be in that mega fight with Lara that people sort of didn't really believe that you'd take as a voluntary in the first place. Not to be, obviously, an injury. Just for yourself, gutting, but obviously we move and, you regain, refocus and go ahead to the next one.
Yeah, for sure. I wanted to keep my momentum, and I was going from bigger fight to a bigger fight, and Lara would have been another jump, another step up in another big fight. I just wanted to keep proving myself. I got a lot of criticism for taking that fight, for picking that fight, because obviously I did pick that fight. So it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. Some of the feedback, some of the people say, "Oh, you pulled out and stuff," but it is what it is. I'm just going to prove him wrong again. Hopefully, he can get rescheduled, but we don't know what Eddie's going to do. We don't know what's going to happen next. That was to keep me busy, and Lara was to keep his fight. That was to keep my momentum and then head towards the unification fight with Warrington and Santa Cruz winner. So if they fight pretty soon, then that might not happen. I don't know what's going to happen yet. Boxing's full of twists and turns, like I said before. But at the minute I'm just focused on my rehab work. Got a few more weeks to go, and hopefully I can start sparring again in about 3 or 4 weeks, and hopefully get a new date penciled in.
Can I ask, why did you take the Lara fight? Because you say people criticised you, which is mad really, because in boxing if you take a crap opponent you get a load of stick, and you take an opponent like Lara, who is possibly the hardest voluntary that you could have taken, and you get stick as well. Why did you pick Lara? I mean, I think I've heard you say before that, look, you're in boxing now, you've reached that top level, you just want to be in all the big fights? Yeah,
kind of. I feel it's the right fight for me. Stylistically, I think I beat him. Also, boxing sometimes recently has been getting ruined by fighters just picking and choosing who they fight, looking for paydays and trying to find easy routes. That's not me. I'm in boxing to leave my mark, make a little bit of history. I want people to look back and say, "Oh, you know what? He was a good fighter. He fought good fighters. He proved himself. He never shied away from a challenge." And especially because I've probably got a handful of fights left. I'm 34. I've literally probably got 3 or 4 fights left, max. So I want people to look back and go, "You know what? Them last 3 or 4 fights was big fights. Was challenging myself, because I want to know how good I am. I don't know how good I am. So yeah, I mean, it just made perfect sense for me to pick Lara. There's only a select few people that have known about it. Who wants to moan about a great fight? Not boxing fans. There's only idiots, really. And like I said, hopefully I can get rescheduled, and I can show them what I can do.
After yours and Josh's last fights, a lot of people spoke about Josh going to Vegas, obviously you with Lara. If he comes through November 10 and Lara isn't rescheduled for whatever reason, it probably would be more of a summertime fight, the two of you, because it's a stadium fight. But I think at the time, the proposal of you two fighting, it was there, but it wasn't like Eddie sort of said he didn't really think it would happen. Do you feel like now, with what's going on with Santa Cruz and him probably staying in the States, the talks between yourself and Josh and Santa Cruz seem to have cut down? Can you see yourself fighting Josh Warrington maybe next summer?
Possibility. Who knows? Boxing's full of twists and turns, and you never know what's going to happen. Personally, I'd like to fight Lara, but if it don't make sense, if I've got a unification fight, if I've got the winner of Santa Cruz and Vargas, if I've got Warrington, then it's a no-brainer. But I would like to shut a lot of people up and fight Lara, whether that's after that fight or hopefully before that fight. But like I said, who knows what's going to happen? Like I said, the Lara fight was for me to keep momentum and keep busy for a bigger fight. That's not a big fight, but pretty much that was it. Stay busy in a big fight, keep momentum, big fight, then an even bigger fight after. But like I said, it's not panned out. It wasn't meant to be. So now we've got to see, which way it heads after this fight. So headlining, like, Josh is going to be December time, so he needs to win that fight. Santa Cruz and Vargas is probably going to be before the end of the year as well. So we're just going to keep an eye on what's happening, and I'm sure we'll find out in a few weeks.
Finally from me, on the Josh Taylor front, a lot of talk on social media this week has been that he has left the camp with Ben Davison. People, the name going around is Joe McNally. Are you able to give us any sort of clarification on that?
I don't really know a lot about it. I know Ben and Josh speak a lot. He's going to make his own man. He's going to make his own decisions. But I'm friends with Ben. Obviously, he's my coach. I'm friends with Josh. I don't want to get involved. Whatever decision they make, I'm sure they make it amicably, and it's a decision what suits them both.
Be surprised by Josh moving trainer?
I don't want to say, it's down to them. It's their business, Josh is a really good fighter. Ben is an exceptional trainer. So not all trainers fit all fighters, Everyone's got different styles and what they like to do. For me, I felt like everything aligned for me and Ben and the guys down there, for me, it's perfect for me. For Josh, that's for him to answer,
Thank you, Leigh, for your time and speaking to me at Boxing Social.